I believe as a community, we deserve better. Trying to continue business as usual after a little over a month of radio silence and no communication with players about this whole situation shows me and many of us what was said in the letter from the development team about going forward. We will work harder to listen more carefully and do our utmost to honor the trust that you have placed in us was a lie. There's not many other conclusions to come to because instead of a statement, a live stream, or simply bringing Valko back, even if he had a delayed release date, you give us a Caleb banner. And I want to say this for Caleb mains, my heart is genuinely with you. I am so sorry. Now, I'm a Black girl that was born and raised in the United States. So I'm not going to sit here and, claim to know the ins and outs of Chinese culture, how their government works, and how, those infrastructures impact Infold. I'm perfectly okay not speaking as an authority on things I simply don't know about or don't know enough about. Because rumors, assumptions, and spiraling, for me personally, really triggers my anxiety really bad. But what I do know is that silence is not the answer. Players are using their voice, revoking their coin globally, because we've seen the revenue drop, raising money for charities in Valko's honor, and telling you exactly what we want. Communication, Valko back, assurance that you will listen to all player bases, transparency where possible, a list of bug fixes and fixing the lighting issue for dark skin characters, against more skin tones and textured hairstyles for MC, content that focuses more on the story and the missing anecdotes, just to name a few. I started playing LADs 2 or 3 days as the God of Annihilation banner was ending. So I'm not an OG3 player, but I have played a lot of Nikki games, including Infinity Nikki, and this pattern of having an upset audience and ignoring them simply isn't going to fly anymore. If you're sticking with your plan of getting rid of Valko, you owe us transparency on that. I'm not sure if you're waiting till Gamescom to announce something or say something there. The time to say something is now. We're not going back to business as usual. As somebody who has a lot of experience interviewing game developers and getting down to the nitty-gritty of things, I'd even be willing to interview y'all at Gamescom to understand more what is going on. Because so many of us love this game. We have found community in this game. We found friends, forever friends in this game. And so many of us have raised our standards because of love in Deep Space. In a game that is supposed to center love, friendships, vulnerability, and trust, you have centered greed, lies, distance, and confusion. And you're taking your players' feelings for granted. Us giving you this feedback shows that we are still invested and we still want better, want a future for love in Deep Space. And that's a kindness that we're extending because we want the game to be better. It is not a reflection of us staying around and playing this game if we continue to be ignored. If aloofness was something that I wanted in my life, I would start dating again. And Fold, we expect better. The ball is in your court. What's it gonna be?